Hello, Adana here. In this video I want to address pendulums. Now, I don't have a pendulum. I'd love to have one, but I'm very specific on the kind of pendulum I want. I want a quartz crystal pendulum, and I found one at a pagan store. Gosh, what was the name of it? I'll get back to you on the name. I might put it in the description later. But I found a cheap one, a really good cheap one at a pagan store that I really wanted, but I ended up spending all my money elsewhere. 13 Moons is usually the place I go for that sort of thing, but they were out. There was actually I wanted a crystal ball too, and they were all out of quartz crystal balls. All they had was rose quartz and amethyst, but I really wanted a quartz crystal ball. Besides the point. Anyway, this one is about pendulums. So I don't have a pendulum, and I really wanted one. And then I started thinking, well, I could get a pendulum all I want, but it's not going to work for me until I attune with it anyway. So then I started thinking, well, do I have something that I'm already attuned with? And then it's like, aha, I have crystals. I have my rose quartz. I love my rose quartz. It's attuned with my energies. I use it all the time. And then as I was reaching down to get my rose quartz, my eye landed on my ring. And I think I've shown this to you before, but this is a opal ring. It's opal with sterling silver, and it's in a Celtic knot design. The Celtic knot doesn't go all the way around. It's only a little bit there. I bought this for myself when I worked at Kohl's. It's the first piece of jewelry I ever bought for myself that was what I consider real jewelry, meaning it is sterling silver. It's more expensive than you would get, the cheaper ones, and I'm not allergic to it. Which is awesome. It's the first piece of jewelry I've ever owned that I'm not allergic to. Isn't that sad? It took me 24 years to find a piece of jewelry I wasn't allergic to. But this ring is how I knew I could do sterling silver. I love this ring. I have not taken it off since I bought it 2 years ago. So I was thinking, what better use could I have for anything than the ring? I mean, if I'm going to do a pendulum and I need something that's attuned to my energies, why not use a ring that I wear every day? Wouldn't I get more accurate answers with something that I carry on me every day for 2 years than I would with something that I work with occasionally over the span of several years? I think so. So then all I would need to do would be to purify it, cleanse it, and then use it. So this is what I use now, my ring. And if you're anyone on a budget and you can't afford to get the pendulum you want for whatever reason, use something that you already have. I mean, and then there's other alternatives too. If you have a crystal you want to use, you can buy one of those little metal cages. 13 Moons sells them, but they're basically a spiral, and then you just pry open the spiral and stick the crystal in there, and then you bend the spiral closed. It's got a little hook on the top where you can attach it to a necklace or string, and then that's what you can use as your pendulum, because it points down, and then it's got the crystal in there, so it should work. Just have to make sure to purify both the crystal, the wire cage, and the chain. You don't want to do anything weird. Now, I think her name is Lady Grave Dancer. I'll have to double check that. She has a really good video about her pendulum and about things she learned at a class at her local pagan store about cleansing and using pendulums. Pendulums are awesome. Okay, you can ask a pendulum anything, but they're really only good for yes or no questions unless you have some kind of a chart. Now, you can make charts yourself, or you can download them off the internet, where you just ask a question and then the pendulum will swing towards the answer. You have to write on the sheet of paper the different answers, and you have to be objective. Okay, you can't just can't put the 3 answers you want instead of all the possible answers. You have to word it the right way, or it won't work. You also have to be attuned to your pendulum, or it won't work 100% of the time. Before you use it, you always ask it which way is no, which way is yes, and it will swing. I always ask it which way is maybe, just to be thorough. And if I get 2 of the same answers, then I just know that today's not a good day to use the pendulum. That's only happened to me once. And that was when I was using a crystal that I normally didn't use. It was an old necklace that my friend Vanessa got me when she went to Hawaii. She got a purple crystal for me. And I don't think it was real. I really don't. But it was pretty, and I used it. It came with a chain until it broke, and now it doesn't hook. So I use my ring now. So that's what I would suggest anyone else to use. Also, something you can do with a crystal is kind of ask if you have any chakras that are blocked. Ask if you're healthy. Keep asking questions until you get down to the reason for it. That's really good. So that's my opinion on pendulums. This is how I use it. I will be looking for a quartz crystal pendulum, but I don't know when I'll actually get it. And I hope you enjoyed the movement of the little doggy Digi. Little Digit. She's a small thing. She's a cute little puppy. And she wants some attention now. So this is a good time to end the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.